Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Will Mydell Photography and Mad Scientist Designs, and we're back with another tutorial on changing color. I didn't know if I want to say change the color of clothes or changing clothes, whatever, dude. We're here, and I'm going to teach you guys how to change the color of clothes. We have Alicia here, beautiful model. Had the pleasure of shooting at my lighting workshop on Sunday, and we're going to use her as our subject for the day. So to get into this, let's go ahead and jump over to our layers palette and just drop this down to the new layer and create a new layer. And actually, there's a lot of different ways you can do this. I mean, you can use the color range. I've seen this done millions of different ways. Let's just try to find the best way to do this. And I'm gonna show you, I guess, just show you some different ways so you can pick your own way that you like that works best for you. So like the first way I know you can do it, you can like grab this eyedropper tool and just click on the dress, like, about red. I'll click right there, I guess, or maybe right there, or maybe right there. I don't know, maybe right here. Just pick a color that that you want to change. Come up here to the select menu and go to color range. As you can see, it's selecting out the color of her dress, and you can actually change the fuzziness so you can pick up on more, but you start seeing it starting to pick up on areas like on their hair and whatever, which is kind of cool because the red casts a color on the actual. Yeah, let's try this too. Let's just try this. We're gonna try different ways. Let's pick about right. I don't want to go too overboard. About right there, I guess. Maybe right there. Click OK. All right, we have our dress selected, and we're gonna just go down here to adjustment menu, and we're gonna click on solid color. And I'm gonna pick maybe start off with like, I don't know, purple or something. No, let's go with green. Something I can see. Then we can change it back later. Alright, cool. So, got your green selected. What you'll want to do is grab your brush tool. We'll zoom in to the areas that you want to look at. And grab your brush tool. Click on the mask. Make sure your foreground color is white because you're about to color into a black mask. So you want to color the green into the areas that the color range couldn't pick, and get a pretty nice, not too soft, about right there. And turn your flow probably about like 27% or something like that. It could go 100. Let's try 100 just to see. All right, cool. So let's just start coloring in here like that. Boom, boom, boom. All right. And gonna go up under here. And color this dress part right here. And over here. I'm starting around the edge, the small brush, because I can always make the brush larger and just paint like a wild kid going crazy. And move this over here. So that's the only thing I don't like about the color range. It doesn't pick. Because if you look at the red in her dress, of course it's red, but it also has shadows in it too. From, the clothes bending or whatever, or wrinkles. So there's going to be some darker reds and there's going to be some brighter reds. I probably could have turned up the fuzziness even more, but I'm pretty sure it would have grabbed the skin because her skin has red in it too. I'm pretty sure I don't feel like brushing out all the red under the mask off her skin, so I think I'm gonna just do it like this. This is one way I'm showing you guys, and I'm gonna show you another way too. So, and don't worry about over brushing over the edges because you can always go back and recolor that in. And I'm using a Wacom tablet, which makes life much easier. Alright, raise this brush size up a little bit. Start coloring in here. Probably not going to keep the green, but it's good to start off with so I can see what color I'm working with. Now we can just paint over all this. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Alright. And I'm starting to see the color bleed on the arm, so let me just crank up my hardness a little bit. Almost done, guys. This will probably be the hardest way of doing it. But the color range works pretty good for a lot of different things in Photoshop, not just changing color of the dress. Alright, so that should be coloring. Alright. I've seen some people go to color, some people like color, as you can see, boom. Well, let me go back up to normal. Forgot we have this up here to coloring also. Go to this. Alright. The hair part is going to be kind of tricky. We're going to have to go work on that in a minute because you can see her hair is like blending in with the sitting like right on her dress. So when it comes to blending, it's going to be kind of weird working with colors that close because her hair is brown, as you can see right there. So it's like, do I have to go in there and make the brush real small and color in these little spots here? It's kind of like trial and error. You just got to play with it, see what works best for you. And let me just go and just color this in, and I'll go back and whatever. Alright. Let's see what color mode blends best. So we have color, we have hue, and we have soft light, which really didn't do the job. So let's go back to color. There we go, kind of like that. Now what you can do is get a smaller brush and just brush back over the areas that you overcolored. Whoops, there we go. Make sure your black is at your foreground. And just keep your finger on the X key and just go back and forth from black to white till you get your colors in. Boom, 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 boom. And this works really good if you have the sensitivity button clicked on for your tablet. Whoops. Wow, that little piece is really kind of giving me a time. Alright. You guys can see some of the red up there in the corner under the skin. Trying to hide. I see you. I see you, green skin. You can actually see some of the green under her chin right here too, which is awesome. Which is why I kind of do like the color range, because color range picks up where the color casts. As you like, if I take this layer off, you can see the red. When the light hits this red, the color from the red bounces on her chin, right there. So to kind of make it realistic, it should be the same way down here under her arm. The light from the red is going to bounce under here and create a red like color cast. As you can see, there's red up under her hands right here, and red on the side of her skin, and a red up there. So if you weren't using color range and you just, use a different technique, you probably wouldn't pick up on it, but color range picked up on it and it saw like, yo, it's a green cast you know, casting on her skin, and that helps sell, you know, the picture to make it make it look more realistic. You know, if you're gonna color the dress, you might as well just color that also, because the light's gonna bounce off of this and go up under her chin. You might as well take care of that also when you're coloring. So some stuff to look out for when color cast on from one thing to another. Alright, I think I'm gonna come back and work on the skin later. I mean, this hair. Make a soft brush. Turn down the flow. Yeah, this is gonna be some work right here. I already see it. It's like, hair, why were you in a way? I'm trying to do a tutorial and teach people stuff. Now you make me look. Yeah, let's go back to that. And make sure I get this right here. Turn my flow back up. And we have some on the skin over here. Color that in. Just do a quick rough coloring. Not gonna get too detailed. You see, guys, see what I'm doing. I don't want to hold you up too long for today's tutorial, but you do want to spend detailed time and make sure it's colored in correctly. So the trick is to sell the fake. All right. Well, make sure we recolor that in. Okay, we got the skin colored up here. And let me make sure, let me just color that in too. I mean, it's under the skin. Boom. Alright. Now that it's colored in, if you hold down Alt or Option if you're on the Mac and click on the mask, you can actually see where the color's at. You know, so if you have places like right here on her, there's no red over here. So, but the color range picked up on that. It kind of makes you think, why did it pick up on that? But since I don't want that mask there, because if I'm changing the color, something that was over here is going to be turning slightly green. Just pick a brush, and with the black selected, just go over there and color over that. So that's done. You can also see it, which is going up her arm, all up her arm, right there, which is real small to the eye. I'm pretty sure I can't even see it, but it's, well, I think I saw it right here on her arm right here. I can actually see green right there. You cut it on and off, like you see red, now you see like a hint of green. So red, hint of green. But I don't want that color either, so I'm gonna just color over that also. And remove that, and probably this too. I'll probably keep that up there. And let me just double check. Yeah, I don't want that color up there. You can see it picked up on the lipstick too, because the lips had some red in it. But I'm gonna take that off. If I want to change the color of her lips, I just create a new layer and do that on a new layer. You know, that's the purpose of having layers and having the power to create multiple layers at your disposal. Make sure that's colored in. Alright, that looks pretty good. Okay, now that it's colored in, boom, you can click on your color, just double click on it, and you can just, boom, just start, you know, choosing whatever color you want. Blue, purple. I think I want a darker color, a little more desaturated color, kind of like right there. That looks pretty cool. Keep going darker. Cause I don't know, I'm trying to match up the color, like the brightness and the darkness. I mean, her dress is like what, kind of like a dark red, and it's kind of dark. I got an idea. Let's create a blank layer so I can kind of get an idea. Hold down the eyedrop tool and click on this red right here. That way it's in my foreground. And I'm just going to use a brush, and I'm just going to paint right here on the blank layer. Alright. Now that I've painted on that blank layer, I'm going to go back to my green layer. Double click on that, and with my eyedropper tool, click on that red. Alright, cool. So I know my red is somewhere in this area right here. So now I notice in that area I can just click and drag to whatever color I want. So whatever color you're picking now is going to be on the same brightness as the level of the red that you selected. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Try to keep it on that same level, even though it does look rather bright to me. But that turquoise looks pretty hot. Maybe green, I don't know. Orange, that looks real vintage. Orange dress. I think I'm gonna go back up here. It's about right there. That looks pretty cool. And we could delete that layer right there. Alright. Now what I don't like is this. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna take a brush and I'm gonna go and color that out. Alright. I'm gonna show you why I'm coloring this out, because, or better yet, you Control Z that and go back. Alright. I got a better idea. Let's go and duplicate this layer. Boom. We're gonna hide this layer and hit Alt or Control and click on your mask so you can see a mask. Grab a lasso tool and select everything I don't want, which would be this up here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Then hit Alt or Control and backspace to fill that in. Alright. And I just hit Alt and go back to where we're at. Now I still have my mask where I want it, and just hit B for brush, and we're gonna recolor. Color off this right here, the area I don't want. What I'm doing is I just want the cast of the color that's casting onto the skin to remain, and what I'm gonna do is desaturate it. So I'm gonna click on this blue, and we're gonna bring it over to the desaturation side. Well, so I can see better, let me cut the color layer back on, and we're gonna click back on this and kind of desaturate the color, because the color was too strong. You know, if it's casting on our skin, you know it's not gonna be that strong, so we're gonna desaturate it a little bit, and we're gonna drop the opacity. Let's see how it looks in hue. Oh, that's too strong too. Alright, color. See, boom, boom. Something's wrong. Did I color that off of this one? Let me see something. Still there. What about this one? Nope, it's there. So I didn't color it off. So let's go back to this. Hold down Alt, hit B, and now that it's off on this layer, we're gonna color that off with the black selected. And let me go back and do this so I can see it. There we go, because I don't want to accidentally color the color off of the dress. We just want it off of the skin. Alright. Right there. Boom. I was just supposed to show you guys how to change clothes. I'm sitting here teaching you guys about color casting and all that. It's like, whoa. Doing too much, Will. Alright. Boom. Color cast back up here. If I bring the opacity back, now I can see it, and it's not so strong. That's awesome. But let me go back to this and make sure, well, no, this layer. And make sure that's colored in. Well, let me drop the flow on this brush. Get some of that red in. There we go. I can still see some of that red. And a little bit of red right there. Right there. And red right there. Cool. drop the opacity down to about 70%. That looks pretty good. Awesome. Take a look at this. See it on the skin, on the hair. How did it look on the original photo? Yeah, it's not popping up on the hair. So let's try to, with a soft brush, try to color some of that back out. Just slightly stroke over it. There we go. Like that. Wow, she has green hair. What the hell? But don't want to lose the color in the dress. There we go. Just get the hair. Well, you guys can always get into detail or whatever, but I'm not going to do that. We're just going to show you the simplicity of what I'm doing here. Cool. That's it. Now, if you want to do the lips, you can do the same process. Or what you can do is just create another layer, another solid color layer. Boom. Pick a color. I'll just pick a random color. Like boom. Click on your mask. Hit Control I. To invert it, scroll in on the lips, grab your brush, make sure your white is visible, and start the color. And make sure you're on color. There we go. And you can change the color of her lips just like that. It's like if coloring was this easy when we were kids, I would be on Picasso's level. Perhaps, maybe. Not sure, just talking. There we go, 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 there we go. Color, 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 color. Alright. How about that? Like a bottom blue lip with a red top lip. But you can't pull it off like that in public though. I don't know. Green. Blue. What about this color here? Just sample that color there. Wow, that looks pretty crazy. Let's just go ahead and color on the top lip. Stop being so difficult, man. There we go. Ooh. I don't want green teeth. Alright, alright, alright. There we go, 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 there we go. And color off this. Cool. Let me just go and play around with the color some, make it darker, like yeah, like that. Awesome. All right. So that's one way of doing it. Let me just group all this. Make another duplicate of the original. Another way you can do it is just to grab your lasso tool. Well, not your lasso tool. What am I looking for? Magic wand. Yeah, go to the magic wand and go to your quick selection and just draw on the area you want and let the the quick selection tool pick up on the area that you're trying to select, as you can see. And I'm going to go up here to this top part of her dress and we're going to just click on that and let it select that. To deselect areas, you want to just hold down Alt and pick on the area you don't want, which would be her arm. Alright. I'll just recolor that. You can hold down. Well, let's just go ahead and just click on it and see what happens. And hold down Alt one more time. Just click right there. Whoops, I think I clicked on the wrong button. There we go. And get some more of this dress up here. Keep clicking on that. My computer's moving kind of slow, sorry. It's time to upgrade. Alright, let me just hit Q for quick mask and see how that looks. I think that looks pretty cool. I'll fix anything else that's not hasn't been selected. Alright, now that you have your mask, go down to solid color once again. And as you can see, it automatically creates a mask. And you can see the full color. And let me just pick something like a vintage brown. Alright. Whoops, I didn't mean to click on that. Let's try soft light. Oh, hue. Hue looks pretty cool. And pick on color. Let's just go with color. Cool. Scroll down, hit your brush button, and of course, draw in the area that you missed. Mask out. Boom. Fingernail. What's cool about this too, you can actually, you want the fingernails to match too? Make a match, just go ahead and color in the fingernails, because most chicks, they want their fingernails to match their outfit, right? I'm assuming. I don't do too much chick shopping these days, but I'm pretty sure they will want their stuff to match. And I just go ahead and knock out the lips too, or at least make a mask for it, so you can just drag the mask to a new layer if you want to control the color of your lips, which I will show you in a minute. But since we're on here, let's just go ahead and color this. Boom. And not too much on their teeth in there. And we don't want that. Oh no, we don't want that. Alright. Knock some out for her teeth. Cool. Let's just check everything else. Well, I'm not gonna go ahead and color all that, but you guys can go ahead and color all that. Drop the opacity on that. Get some of this off of the hair. Whoops. There we go. Erase this up some. Yeah, this hair is pretty tricky. Not sure what to tell you guys. What I might suggest is probably like creating a new layer and just selecting the color of that hair and, I don't know, repainting over that with kind of the same hair, or just clone stamping the whole area of her hair, clone stamping this original image, and just brushing out the hair that was there. Say for instance, let's create a new layer and let's grab this clone stamp tool. Let's stamp this current thing and we're just going to brush over it. Well, current and below. Alright. Sample. And we'll brush. Alright. So with that selected, now you can go in here. Let's see what we got here. Put that layer above that and create a mask. Get your brush, make sure it's black selected, and just brush out the area of the hair. Might not make a difference, but it's worth a try. Just trying something different. But you go back in here and recolor this in where that color was. Alright, go back to our stamped layer. I guess on the way you have to just get a small brush and just probably go in there and just color those areas. This is kind of weird. If you have a better way of fixing that issue, send me an inbox message or email. Let me just select this and create a darker letter. Darker color. And we desaturate it a little. Bottom right there. This is kind of irritating me. I'm kind of pissed I can't figure this out. Let's try another tool. Let's go up to color range and select in this area. just that area where their hair is. Let me click out of that. Hold down brush tool and sample this dark red right here. Click on color range. Drop the fuzziness down so we can just get that area. Localize color clusters. Let's try that. And let's probably go about right there. Now it's selecting that, just that area. Hopefully this works. We should be able to figure everything out with Photoshop, right? And let's pick color just for that area. That might have worked, I don't know. Let me zoom out. But I need the same color as this brown. So what I'm going to do is, let me find out what color this is. I select that, copy that, and put it in here. Alright. That might have worked. But the thing is, how do you get rid of, you get this brush here, and let's paint out that color that was there before on that original color layer, and let's select the one that we just masked. But I came in pretty good, but I guess figuring out how much to paint back in. Yeah, this is a anomaly. Yeah, it's kind of tricky, but that's about the best I can do it for right now. Alright. If you guys know a better way of doing that, hit me up. And I can still see the red on the arm. So what I would probably do is create a new layer, select that color, and just with a low flow, probably like about 20%, something like that, 15, and go to color, and just paint over that where that red was at. Instead of casting red, is casting this brownish goldish color. There we go. And create a bigger brush. There we go. Just casting on the arm right there. Cool. And we can group all this. Whoops. Let's group all these layers. And create a hue saturation. And hold down Alt and clip that to the group. And now you can change the color as a whole, including the lips. Everything you selected. Let's pick a final color here before we close out, guys. What we got here? Let's drop that down. It actually look more realistic when you drop the saturation down. That brown, look at that chocolate brown, that looks dope. Kind of like that. Let me see what else I got here. Got this nice purple, this nice blue. Bring that up. Another purple, green. Kind of makes you like sit here and scratch your head like, I don't know what color I want. And let's zoom out, take a look. That looks pretty cool. Raise the saturation a little, maybe. No, don't want to play that too much. Let's play that. Drop that down. And that looks pretty nice. I think I'm gonna stick with that. As far as the lips go, I would kind of like that to be a little brighter, maybe. So what I'm gonna do? Let me take a look and see which mask that's on. That's on this one. I'm gonna go and brush this out, mask that out, make sure get my flow back up. Create another color layer, then just pick a color, a random color. It's probably gonna be this though. Just copy this one because we have the saturation grouped onto this whole layer. So let's make sure we have this. There we go. We can always change this to like a brighter color. Invert the mask. Make sure this is on color. Pick a white brush and first of all, why do I see this blue here? Let's see. Because it's on this layer. Alright, so let's go ahead and color that out. It's everywhere. It's pretty weird. You know why? Because I think this is the layer of that little selection we selected. So let's lasso this because that's just the area we want. Hold down Control Shift and I, or Command Shift and I till it inverts. Then hit Alt Backspace to create all that black. There we go. Now, there we go. One more blue. What I'm gonna do is go back up to my layer, make sure my white is visible, and paint back in the lips. Let's just do a rough paint right quick. Sloppy paint, sloppy paint. Alright. And let's go back out. There we go. Now if this was for a client, of course you want to spend more detailed time. I'm just rushing. I'm just a rushing. There we go. Change the brush size. Make sure I get up under here. Whoops. Alright. Maybe a little softer opacity. Cool. Alright, now I have the lips on a totally different layer. Make sure that's painted in also over here. That's good enough for now. That's good enough for now. And you keep raising the color on that. Make sure that's a little brighter. There we go. And maybe take this color a different direction. It's going darker. I might want to go this way. There we go. A little up back there. It's not getting any brighter. Hey, maybe go darker. There we go. That looks pretty cool. Alright, so let me just double check something. What layer is that color cast on? Is it this one? Take a look here. Not that one. It's not that one. That's the lips. This is why you name your layers. It's on that one. Alright. Let me drop this down a little bit. About right there. Okay, cool. Alright guys, that's how you do it. Quick, simple, and easy. Now it's a little rough. I mean, you can always go and fix these little areas like right here. Smaller brush. But that's how you change the color. Softer brush. There we go. If you see color casting everywhere, just use the same technique and kind of like desaturate it and drop the opacity. Because color is gonna, when light hits something with color, it's gonna bounce on whatever is around it, you know. That's just how life is, you know. It's like color's like, I'm gonna bounce on you, you know, just because you're right next to me. I don't care if you don't like it or not. I'm sharing the love, and I want my color to be on you. That's how it is. Just a color. It's just a back and forth game, coloring. But it's a cool technique. I mean, if you're taking a shot of somebody and then you want to go home and work on it, whether it's just for retouching or if you want to composite it in something else, and say for instance you get a different background, you want to put in that background, but the red doesn't look good to you. You're like, well, I mean, whatever the color is, it doesn't look good to you. I'm just put it on a different color. Put it on a different, well, change the color. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Same thing with this. So let's go ahead and color on the bottom of her arm, that little small cast right there. There we go. It's casting red. Try to pass it down some more. Cool. You probably can color in this area right here. You can see the red still right there, and it's casting on her skin. But that's just the gist of it. Alright guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna post something new next week. I'm probably gonna post something by the end of this week also. So look forward to that. Like, share, subscribe, and